guys, it's Lisa, and we are having crazy weather, windy weather. We can't be outside right now. I usually take my kids to a museum on this day, but I have so much to do. I'm in the middle of kind of getting rid of some stuff, and so you can see the bed behind me. I'm like actually sorting through a bunch of stuff. My kids are making a haunted house. That's why the window has a something over it. Anyway, they're gonna be in here to clean that up. But so they're out playing a game. I basically told them that Chewy, stop. It's like he knows that I'm making a video. Plus the Roomba drives him crazy. But anyway, I told the kids if they would play some games, some educational games while I did this, while I kind of got caught up on decluttering and things like that, that I would not require them to help me with the decluttering, which actually is easier for me in a lot of ways. But that brings me to, okay, I want to give two updates. I want to give an update about the Splendide, and I also want to give an update about how old habits die hard, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. So, but first let me tell you about the Splendide. Okay, so we have the Splendide washer dryer, and I love it. I do love it. But let me tell you that what I don't love is that it takes 3 hours. It really takes 3 hours. So basically, if I'm home all day, I can do 3, maybe 4 loads a day, which I normally would not need to, except when we got the Splendide, we got it like a day before laundromat day. I absolutely refused to go pay $5 a load. Okay, it's only $4.50. It's $2.25 a wash and $2.25 dry, but that was like really what drove me to like, okay, it's time to get one. And I honestly wish we would have done it sooner. But I was like, we have a washer and dryer, so I'm not gonna take my 6 loads over to the laundromat right now. I'm gonna use the Splendide. Well, I had 6 normal loads, might be 20 in the Splendide. So, so I am doing massive catch up, and here's why it takes so long. It washes really fast. It washes like, I think the express cycle ends at 45 minutes. I might be wrong, but it's like an hour or less. It's the drying. Oh my goodness. It takes, I have to put it on 120. Chewy, stop. I don't know why the dog is just going nuts, because like he knows. But anyway, so yeah, the drying takes 120 minutes. It has to be set on 120 minutes, or I come home and I find damp clothes. And if you full-time already, or you're thinking about full-timing, or you've ever camped, you know that I've never been to a campground that actually allows clotheslines. So you know that you can't use clotheslines. So you really are forced to dry it. You can't hang a bunch of wet clothes in your camper because you have to worry about condensation and things like that. Although I will say, one of the positives I have to say about our RV, and sometimes I don't have positive things to say about this model other than we got it dirt cheap and it's pretty big. But one of the positives is we have had no condensation issues. Although, and our neighbors, even though they have, I like their layout better than ours. They have a travel trailer, and the 3 travel trailers that I've been in recently, I love the layout way more than I love ours. But I digress. But anyway, so the bottom line is you're really stuck with a 3-hour load because there's really nowhere else to dry it, even during the summer. So once I get caught up, I will like that a lot better. Oh my goodness, someone's cheating like on Candyland. So if you hear the screaming, apparently someone cheated. Okay, so that is my Splendide update. Oh no, and the other thing is I did get some Boulder Company plant-based, non-animal tested fabric softener, and it does make a huge difference. I didn't think it made a huge difference. I had like 2 or 3 things that I would wash and they would come out really crappy, but I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna wash those when I get fabric softener. But when I got fabric softener, I added those things to the load, and the entire load was just cleaner and nicer. It does make a difference. So initially I said, oh, it's working fine, and it does work fine, but like for like, you know, like regular stick and brick house type laundry, how your laundry would come out at home, the fabric softener makes a total difference. So that is my update on the Splendide. And then I already told you I'm decluttering, which is what brings me to old habits die hard. And This is, I don't know if other people struggle with this, but I truly struggle and have always struggled with keeping my house clean. And it was one of the main things that really made me want to live in an RV, because honestly, a 5-bedroom 3.5 bath house is way too much for someone like me. Way too much. So it was really when I was cleaning all the time. I was cleaning all the time, and I couldn't handle it. And that was what really like kind of sparked the RV thing. But I am finding that those same struggles, that project mentality where you, I kind of see things as a project. Everything in my life I see as a project, and my family kind of jokes about how like they get kind of scared with when I say, you know what we should do? Like, cause I'm like, you know what we should do? We should like be vegetarians. Well, I've been a vegetarian like almost my whole life. So, but I never like forced it on my family, and then I don't know, I have a son with a heart defect, and I just was reading about things in arteries and stuff. I was like, you know what we should do? We should just all be vegetarians. And my husband was totally on board. So, you know, like I always start off like, you know what we should do? We should live in an RV. You know what we should do? We should sell everything we own. You know what we should do? And so like that is my recent, you know what we should do, actually everyone was in agreement with, and that is, like, you know what we should do? We should buy some land, like just an acre or two, and like park the RV on it and build a tiny house just for fun. Like, not really for fun. What I was actually thinking was we could build a tiny house for our kids to live in when they go to college, and we could like practice and then maybe live in it, or maybe let the kids live in it, or maybe practice and then let each of them build their own. So oddly, my amazing husband like actually supports that idea. So we're in the process of looking for some land, and we're selling our house. But I digress again. The thing is, so the project mentality thing, I really struggle with keeping even 427 square feet clean. I really do, because life is so full of more fun things to do than clean. But I am really trying to just bring back some habits, and I did let us get too much stuff. I let us kind of acquire some stuff when we stayed at the Air Force Academy for 6 months. It might have been 8 months, even though we kind of traveled a little bit in between. So that's today. Today I'm getting rid of everything we don't need. And of course, look at me. I'm looking at it as a project. I've got my kids in there. I'm not just doing 15 minutes at a time. Why, who would do that? I am doing, yeah, like a 6-hour project. So, yeah, anyway, that's my update. I know it's kind of boring, but I have some other updates. I will show you. I'm gonna probably do several today just because I am taking the day off from going places. My kids finished their piano recital. I'll probably post some of that just because it does prove that kids can practice and play a piano in the RV. And my other son is now focusing on his violin, because we kind of try to focus right before the recital on piano, and then one of my sons starts volunteering, and then we start our travel. One of my sons just started his summer volunteer work, and then we start our summer travel in about 4 weeks. So I'm taking this day off to kind of just get everything. Oh, my husband got promoted too, which was awesome, and it was just it was just awesome. It was great. I was really happy for him. So yeah, we had a party, and I finished my my class last night. I've been taking night classes. I finished last night, so we've had a lot going on, and anyway, so I'm probably gonna just film a bunch of videos today in one day, and one of those I'm hoping to include a picture or a video of my living room. And here's how I know my husband is a saint, because we painted the whole living room white. I wish I would have filmed this because so you guys could kind of see how saintly my husband is. We painted the whole living room white. I came home, my husband just finished painting. I was like, yeah, I don't like that. It looks really plain. So we painted like the little recessed area like lime green, and then, excuse me, I was like, you know, I don't really like that. I don't like that with the white. So we should paint squash blossom yellow, you know, squash blossom yellow around there. So we painted the whole thing squash blossom yellow. And then I was like, you know, I kind of like that, but I don't like the brown cabinets. So I think I'm gonna do like a bohemian thing on the cabinets with this like really cool paper. So I did that. It looks really cool, except I'm like, you know, I still like the brown that's surrounding it. So let's like paint around it white, even though that takes 4 coats. So we started painting, and then I'm like, you know, You know what I really like is I really like the way the cabinets look white. Okay, so I got crazy long-winded and the video thing cut me off, and so I'm restarting. But anyway, I was like, you know, we should just take all that off and paint all the cabinets white, which I was trying to avoid doing because it takes 4 coats even of the primer stuff to paint those dark cabinets without having it show through. I was trying to avoid that, so I ended up painting all these different colors only to go back to wanting to paint it white. So I told my husband, you know what I think we should do? We should like paint all the cabinets white and then repaint the walls white. And maybe leave a little bit of the brown trim. And so, you know why my husband's a saint? He didn't shoot me. So anyway, but I will take a video of what it looks like right now, what I want to change. It's just definitely a process. And the nice thing is it's super small, so you can still, I mean, you can do, it's not like I just painted the whole entire like 4,000 square foot house. Like, you know, it's not like I just painted that whole thing lime green and decided to change it. We just did the living room, but it is a lot of taping, and if you paint, taping is blah. So who wants to tape? I just wish I could just paint. So anyway, yeah, like I said, that's what I'm gonna update on. So my project mentality, I'm trying to work on it, even though I'm guessing it may or may not be true. I mean, I know there's some, like I have 2 neighbors right now that are total neat freaks. Both of their houses are like spotless all the time. But you know what? I just spent a whole weekend at an amusement park. And see, I had way more fun than cleaning my house, and so did my kids. So yeah, it's a toss-up because then when I come home I have to live in this messy house. So anyway, I'm just guessing though that most of us who do this do have a little bit of that, like, let's have fun in the back of their mind or in their personality. So alright guys, I will talk to you later, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later guys. Bye!